Okay, so here we are. I think it's of some mistake on YouTube. Yeah, it's transmitting. He have a lot of delay because of the connections, internet connections. It's all crazy around the world. I know. So it's like this. So let me see. Just I receiving message. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, it's everything okay right here. And I got here some message, so sorry guys. And you can listen. Alright, so let's put this, this, this. Sorry guys. So, first step I will do is to just use the surface primer. This is black. I want this to go black because I want to do the shadows. Sometimes you can say you can go with a green primer. All right, you can go, but then you have a little more troubles. This is in a very easy way to do, and on these videos I will try to show the easiest ways. All right. If you have more technicians, ask, so just ask and I will tell you later without any problems. I will use my Infinity airbrush. I got here a 0.4 point needle and I'm using 1.8 bars for this. Olá Patrícia, beijinhos para vocês também. Obrigado. So let's start putting here the primer. Put in drops. So I put around 10 drops of the primer. Now I will use the thinner. Around 5 drops, and I'm going with the airbrush full improver about 2 drops. So because I'm using a very large needle, so I don't need thin too much, right? So to see the consistency, nothing better to grab the fuselage. So let's do the first coat. And just this, the first one, okay? Don't try to paint all the things at the first time, okay? It's not good, guys. It's going to not going to have a nice surface for the primer. Agora já temos som, acho eu. Vamos lá ver. Ok. Now let's go again right here. So I'm going just to remove this one. And let's go again on the cockpit. Ok, I hope the sound it's nice. Ok, olá Luís, tudo bem? Ed, big hug my friend. And thank you guys. Alright, here it is. Now let's grab again on the special tool and let's run. Let's grab here the fuselage. Yeah, the top. And it's okay. Now you can see it's a very nice surface even on this panel, instrument panels, and as you can see I don't go crazy. I put a lot, maybe with 10 drops we make the party on this one. Okay, so now let's clean here the airbrush to go to the next step. Just going to put here some cleaner. So don't forget to clean very well the airbrush when you use primers and of course varnish. They are a big enemy for your airbrush. Okay. Alright. So now let's try to explain what I'm going to do next. Okay, not this. Normally what you can do, you grab on a brush and make highlights, okay, when you paint the pieces of what you're going to use. So what I'm going to do now, with the airbrush, I'm going to do pre-dry brush, but with my airbrush. Okay, so let's try to explain. This is not alcohol, my friends. Não é álcool. Isto é o cleaner da minha marca. This is my brand cleaner for airbrushes, right? So I'm going to grab again on my airbrush and I go with white, right? So it's going to help me on the next one really easy. So let's just put some drops. Around 3. I think it's enough. Now, what we need to do now, alright, it's paint. like up, right? Let me see if it, just like this. Now in some areas, like this side, on this side, there on the top, it's you can see it's like snow there. It's not a consistent color. It's a foggy one, but it's what I need right now. Now here on the instrument panels, same thing. One side, I rotate again. So work on various angles. What we do here, it's the first highlights on the model. So just putting away color. We are not going to use anymore this one for now. It's clean. Now I'm going to grab the other layer. And as you can see, we got the first highlights on this. And why I am doing this, because let me just close here the white one, because when I'm going to use this, I'm going to use another thing. I love it. It's the thinner medium. And what does this do? This is going to put this color transparent. And when I'm going to put the color there, very careful, I'm going to save all the shadows I have and going to pop up some of the highlights I do with the white, right? So it's really easy to make the first highlights. On these parts I don't make any highlights because it's close, right? So it's very dark, the sides. Now, the ratio of this one is 15-15, alright, so it's easy. The thinner, if you use, just check a lot. And of course the color. You see the color? Yeah, if you want to grab the number, right there. Now let's open the bottle and open the color. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops, and I think you can hear my dog because he wants to be a star too. So now let's mix this. Okie dokie. And now go and test first here if the color is going nicely. Okay? So very gentle. You got all the time in the walls. You see I'm spraying and you don't see too much color. Alright? This is what I want. Very transparent color. So I want to build layers. You can see now you got a different color there and not just the black. So here I'm going to do the same thing. and I'm going to construct this layer by layer. You can see now it's still fresh. We got variations of the green with the black, and some parts are just highlights. So now I'm going just one more layer on this one, because this one it was very thin. And just the thinner medium, it's going to put the pigment in all the places, and it's not going to be just right here and right there. Okay, if you use the thinner, you don't have the control of the pigment. With this, when you mix it, it's going to put pigments all over the place. Now let's go and do the first dry, and I will show you. And as you can see, it dries so quickly and so smooth. All right. Here on the fuselage, I'm going to leave right like this, because I want a dark tone. Okay, when you see the plane, it's like this, and if you go on the inside, you're going to see a more dark. Okay, so don't put too much highlights on there. And here you can see so many dark sides and lights, right? So what I do here, I have some very dark areas on the top, and I'm going to put more light there, just a little bit more. You can see I do the first one, and you can see the black. You see there, it's nice. So more color. Okay, this is going to be, some parts is going to be black, but you can see what we can do with this. I just forget here. And it's good to go. Hã? Sim, estou aqui a tentar. Uhum. Okay, let's see. Yep. Now we are again. Sorry guys. Yep. Yeah. So we are back again. So as I tell, I use the colors, make the bright ones. I'm just going to use a little of the Eduards to dry. And we got finally with this. Okay, you can see the difference from the inside what we do. So it's really easy. Now we got here a little of painting inside. I'm just going to put one more drop of white there. And let me see where I put this one. So I'm going to grab this very stiff brush and I'm going to mix this right there. So it's going to be more bright color. And I just need a little more green. I don't want this to be very clear. I'm going to grab here a napkin and let's do a very quick dry brush now. Yes, with a brush. Now we are raising more the details. Let me try to approach more of these. And grab the eye parts like this. So I go again with the cap. So you see we are saving lots and lots of paint. Now let's go to the cockpit and do the same thing. Here on the chair, on the top too, and this is one way to bring the details. Okay, this one it don't have too many details, and this is what we need to have more details. So the dry brush is a technique very simple and very easy, and sometimes we have a problem with we are using the brush and you don't see anything there, and believe it, it's happening. So you just have to have patience and don't put too much color there, because at the end you are going to see the difference. So a little more color, you see, using here, remove almost every color. So the patience, it's the thing we need to have more for this hobby, guys. Okay, so we got here the first highlights. Now with the brush, so just simple as this, right? Now let's put this away. Okay, yeah, I like it. I like it. So now we can put more and bring more on this. So I'm going to grab the cap I got here, and with the brush, the big one, I'm going to pull some paint out of the cap. Right there. Now, the white color again, I'm just going to grab here from the bottom and mix right here this color. If I see I need more dark, just grab. And go on the color you want. Now what I'm going to do, you see right here, I'm going just pull a little there paint around here the share. You can put a little water on the mix. You don't want the paint, it's very thin. So I am and put more color, more lights. So we are in the game of lights on this. You see these lines here. More color, guys, more color. Don't worry if you are seeing, hey, that is too bright. No, because later when I'm going with the washes, it's going to be more dark. So now I just want to raise some of these panels there. And it's so easy. This is going to be rubber. Now, very, very easy around here the panel. More water. I want this to go more transparent. Olá Carlos, tudo bem? And here it is. So let's clean brush. And close here this. Alright. Now with this okay. So I got here a hair. So up and down. And what I'm going to do right now. Alright. Let me see where I have that. Close, satin. So now I have here satin varnish. I will do a coat of satin varnish on this. Why? Because I want to save all the work I do, and I'm going to make the first wash. Okay, it's not like a wash. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a filter. I'm going to put to mix together all these colors, these shades I do. Some guys don't like the things like I do, and I respect that. This is one of the ways I like to do, and for me it's worked fantastic. For this I'm going to use a 50-50 with a thinner. Okay, don't forget that. Pois é, entraram dois Carlos e eu respondi aos dois. Espero que esteja tudo bem com vocês e família, essas coisas todas, que é a parte mais importante neste momento, que é a nossa saúde. Okay. So I don't need too much because I'm going to use to make the filters acrylics. And I think this is going to be enough. for this. And why I am using satin? Because I'm going to use the washes, and for the washes it's better you have not a rough surface and not too you put, and then it's going everywhere. You don't want that to happen. So it's going to be a little shine. Just very quickly here to and you can see it's very shiny. Okay, when you see I got a little of the satin of the varnish on the airbrush. Sometimes you have that you think, oh, just I don't have, I'm going to put more. No, just grab an air dryer if you are using acrylic. Give a blow. If you put too much, it's not good. All right. When you start putting a color on the instrument, it's going to give a real nice life to this. So I'm going to use washes from Vallejo, and for this I got here light gray and gray. So I'm going to use the first light gray. Remember, it's much better you go light every time. If you go very strong, then because this is acrylics, it's going to dry very quickly, and it's going to dry, it's going to stick there, and it's a trouble. So for that I'm going to use again the cap. Just going to clean the cap on the inside. Okay, clean. Now mix, shake this very well. And then I will put here 2 drops of the wash. And of course, right now, all we're going to need is water. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 of water. So it's the double of the wash, because the wash it's very strong, and I don't want this to go on the first one going to be too much strong. So let's put this more for you guys to see. Now I am using the other brush I use. It's from Vallejo. It's the Kolinsky. So when you mix this, don't put this down, okay? Just on the sides, because you don't want to break the hairs. When you break the hairs on this, it's not good. Okay, so mix, and we're starting right there. So this is water. It's good to have tissue. If you put too much, I'm going to show you. So as you can see, it starts popping the details. And why I like to do this, on these instruments it's nice you to see the areas you are going to paint. So this part you're going to paint in black, so it's good to have a reference where you are going to put the brush, right? So it's just simple as this. Now on the cockpit, let's go all the cockpit. And I like these rounds because it charges a lot of this. Now on this step you don't want excess, you just want like you are painting. You are guys thinking, and what about the chipping you can do there? Yes, the chipping I will do later on this. I will paint the parts of the leather of the bench or not. So the first coat, it's done. Now you inspect if you have too much. Like an example, we got here too much on the bench, so we clean the brush and we just touch here. The brush, it's going to absorb and it's good to go. Now you can use the hair dryer for this, but now not too near, okay? More away, because you don't want to spread this, so it's going to be away. So now just here on the fuselage, go again and just put a little wash there, and I always think wash, it's not a wash, this is a filter, you know, from like the Mk.I, you got that oil filters. So this is what I am doing right now, but with acrylics. It helps a lot to put all together, all the colors, all the different colors. So now I'm just using here green with white to make more bright, so just like this. So very simple, guys. You see here, we got too much, so just tap there, remove excess, and let's go. So it's really simple, and always you think to go with a very strong color for this, and that it's not good. Now I'm going to give another filter, and this one it's going to be oiled earth. So this is going to be the first simulation on the cockpit of dirt, of dirt it accumulates. So the mix it's almost the same thing. So I'm going to clean this mix. You see the color, it's strong but it's light. Alright, so you can see it's very strong. So 2 drops again, and again 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of this, and wrap it the brush. Alright, god damn it. Oh, it's right here near me, sorry guys. It's right here. So let's mix this again. You can see now it's a very strong color. Now we have to have more control what we are doing, and let's spread this. You can see it's making a different thing. So, and if you want this to spread more, just dab the brush on water and put it away. And we are not going crazy, guys, just putting some, the first weathering basically with filters. You know, if you have too much, don't try to spread, just clean and go. Work fast. And if you see we are losing the control of this, just put more water and you have more time to work. You see? Now you can see the difference from this side for this side. And that it's a filter, guys. It's like you guys, you know, photography, when you take a picture and you're going to put better, you put filters of colors on the top of that. So this is like almost like that. So again here, you see it's so easy. If you put too much, it's just there. The most important areas, it's the flat ones. You don't want to leave marks, so it's just like you are painting. See, I'm removing the excess just to tapping there. And now we have very definition with this, and we are losing that shining, that aspect of a toy, and we are getting more like a real airplane. Here inside you, in the interior, beyond the borders, I'm putting, when I'm going to dry, you are going to see the marks. So that mark, it's what it's happened if you don't put this nice. So I'm going to leave right like this for you guys to see the difference of this. So let's rest this and let's start to dry these ones. You see these marks here? So when you don't clean too very well, this is the marks you are going to have, because these marks, I'm not spread more, so it's make this strong. This is not we want to have on the model. Here I'm not pouring, it's just putting like this for you guys to see what it's going to happen if you don't do this nice. So the acrylics, remember, it's paint. Okay, you put paint and very thin. So now let's show you. You see the first dirt there, and it's really simple. Alright, now we have this. Let me see where I put. I'm going to need something and nothing. Right, first color we are going to use right now. Let me see, not this one, not this one. Okay, I got here now the dark aluminium. So it's like it says, it's a dark aluminium, and it's going to be the first chippings we are going to have on the cockpit. Shake it well. Now I like these bottles. Why? Because when we open these, we got this hole right there, and this hole, for little jobs we grab the paint there and we not put anywhere, and we are saving paint a lot. Now for this I'm going to put my glasses. I'm sorry guys. And now let's raise some lines with this. I'm using a 03 Vallejo. This is from a Kolinsky Sable. and I just go touching in some areas. Like the first one. One of the things when you are using colors, metal colors, take a look of the light, okay? Because sometimes you are painting and you don't see nothing happen. It's because you have the light too bright, and when you see it later, you are doing overdue on the model. So this is why I like this Tamiya, because I can turn a lot. When I am doing bigger jobs, I use another turntable, and but that from from Mk.I. They have that round table for cheese, and it's awesome for this kind of jobs. And in my country it's about €7. It's very cheap, guys. So I go again. Now I go on the bench. I know I'm going again later, because when I paint this I'm going to give more touches there. And you don't want to make a all line there. Just some parts to have like a chipping. Sorry about the angle, guys, but at this time I am painting here some boxes here, maybe a fuse box, I don't know. It's getting nice. Alright, now here we want to do some chippings in on the floor, and for that we can do with a sponge, we can do with a brush. Now I'm going to do with a brush, but I'm going not to grab like this when we are painting. I'm going to pull aside here, and with very low paint there. Let me just grab here. You see, I grab my hand like this, and just with the tip I make like kind of little snakes there. And remember that thing I told you about light. When I move right there, I see the things I do. I will show you. So for this thing you need practice. You are not going to do this well at the first time, believe it. You just need to have a little patience. And don't go with steel or other kind. So this is aluminum, you use aluminum and use a dark one. Normally you guys think in the first time gunmetal. No, gunmetal, no, it's not the real color for this. This is aluminum, you use aluminum and not gunmetal. I see some nice works from guys, and because they don't use the right colors, it happens like this. Okay, now I'm going here on the instrument panels to round where I put the first layer of that more bright one. We want to raise all these ones. When you see the one line, just go there. You see this part is a square, a rectangle, sorry. I am making the lines there. We got here is all these buttons, and we got here a razor panel, so careful around that. Leave the chipping for the end. At the moment we are just working on the panels. Okay, you see all these parts of the instruments. Let me try to go more. Yeah, you see I'm going very easy. Try to raise a little these ones. And you can see are different for this. We got more definition right there. Now let's turn this and see what I do. And when your brain said to you just a little more, you stop there. It's enough, guys. Now let's go here again. You see this kind of thing. We are going to build lines of there. Depending the colors you are going to use later, the reds, the blues, the yellows. So this, what I'm doing on this airplane, you can do on the instruments of other vehicles. You just normally, like I said, it's mine. I do like I want. And don't accept anyone to tell you otherwise. If you want to make an historical model with everything, okay, so it's up to you. But when some guys criticize your work, guys, it's just like that. Okay, one more. Now let's go here too. As you are not saying nothing, if you have any questions, just ask. Or later. So now around, and why I'm not doing a chipping on these pieces now, because I want to do all the contours of the instruments panels, and then I will see, because sometimes we just need to put some chipping in some areas for not overdo it, and that is the worst part on the model when we put too much. Oops, sorry, out of the camera again. Now you see why sometimes we have long time to build a nice model, and believe it, you know, guys. But our problem normally it's because we want to hand model, and we got that problem, and then we make bad things. Now I got this part, this plan part here. So the first chipping's there. Let's go with hands. So on this plane I can put decals, but I'm not going to use decals for this. I'm going to try to give an illusion. So just in some parts, not too much. The chipping normal is where the pilot have more time in his hands, where he put more the foot, when he pulls down some levers and some buttons. So you have to know when you are doing your model. Just take a little time to see the history of the airplane, and it's helped a lot. So let's go into here, and I'm going to show you the work I do. Especially the metal colors have a long time here when you are painting. Some areas I paint about a minute. If I touch there, it's going to go on my finger. When I grab and I touch another piece, it's going to make bullshit. So nothing better than like this one. Okay, and I see it's go again. So yes, I think it's have problems again. So the internet, it's bad, really bad. So I'm going to try to put some photos of this, as you can see now with the light. How it's see. And tomorrow we are going to continue with the colors of the cockpit and the other stuff we are going to do on the cockpit. Okay.